Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Well, the plaque issue has cleared up now. I can see myself again. I don't know what their platform problem was, but here is, we have two 40% alcohol, 100% agave, Blue Weber agave tequilas. This is Jose Cuervo Tradicional, introduced in 1978. It is a rested tequila. It's aged and charred. Now, they don't say how long it's aged. No, it might just be aged to taste. Whenever they feel like it's ready, they pull it. But they're saying it's aged in charred oak barrels. All right, I bought this at Walmart. It was about $27 when I bought it. It's $28.99 right now over there. All right, introduced 1978 as Jose Cuervo's. They wanted to give themselves a little bit better reputation or whatever, so they came out with the 100% version, which doesn't seem to be too popular. I think the Jose Cuervo Gold outsells this probably 1,000 to 1. Here's Hornitos Black Barrel. They had a deal on this at Walmart about a year ago, two years ago. So I bought it because it was $9. Crazy, right? But it was, and I bought it. And the normal price for this is a lot longer than that. Okay, let's see. Age 10 months. So 6 months. I get it, 6 months, and then 4 extra months in charred oak. So regular oak, then charred. Okay, so let's go. Well, I guess that's good enough on the notes. Okay, Hornitos was started in 1950. I don't know when the Black Barrel started, probably not too long ago, but they don't say on the website, and I couldn't find any trademark information. It's a clear bottle, so it's dark because of what's inside of it. Okay, the bottle itself is just slightly smoked. It's a real wooden cap, and it's real cork. All right. This challenge is going to close us out for tequila. I don't think I skipped over any. I'll double check, but I think I covered them all. And then it's on to mezcal. I have a good amount of mezcal bottles. I'm not kidding. Oh yeah, that's enough. I think it's not going to be much of a challenge because you're never going to confuse this with that. All right, so Hornitos introduced in 1950, same concept. Brand line extension under a different name. Hornitos means the little ovens and little conical stone ovens. And it was started so that Sauza, if you look at the notes, it says Sauza Import Company, that's the parent company, could have 100% agave tequila instead of the normal Sauza mixtos, which seem to be fairly popular. Okay, appearance wise, you can see vastly different. The Hornitos is very dark amber or copper even, whereas the Cuervo Tradicional is very pale, little yellowness to it. So I got to close my eyes. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm not looking down. I've got my hand over it. Let's see. What is the price for the Hornitos Black Barrel right now at Total Wine? We'll go to Total Wine because they're usually the cheapest around here. But of course, I don't drive 20 something miles to save $1. If I'm in town, if I'm in Metairie, I'll check them out. I maybe go there 4 or 5 times a year. I guess that's it. $32.99. Yeah. They're not going to say when it was introduced. I doubt it. No, they got the same thing as the website, so it's just copied and pasted there. Gets a 4.7 out of 10 out of 5, so a 94 out of 100. Pretty darn good. 5 out of 5 stars 3 days ago. 6 months ago, mid-level go-to. 5 out of 5 stars. Great sip 8 months ago. 5 out of 5 stars. A tequila for whiskey lovers 8 months ago. 5 out of 5 stars. So they like it. Let's see what they say about the Tradicional. $90. Not a 94, 90. Good. 2 months ago, 5 out of 5 stars. Margarita time, I guess. This is a great party margarita tequila. Flavor profile is perfect. 5 out of 5. Very smooth taste. 10 months ago. Very surprised by this tequila. I don't do reviews. A year ago, good. Gives it 5 out of 5 star. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Rich, sweet, fruity agave, which is basically what you got there. Vegetable juice thing. Similar, but more fermentation agent. So on aroma, I'm not smelling charred oak, but they're both aged in charred oak. So, okay, taste should give it away. Hornitos Black Barrel. Well, by virtue of the smoky charred oak. Now, does this one have any? No, I don't believe it didn't have it from the start. So the charred oak for the Tradicional may make a difference, but I don't think it's making a significant difference from what I'm tasting. You see what I'm saying? But it's certainly enjoyable. And Hornitos Black Barrel, you're gonna pay on average about $4 or $5 more per bottle, which, considering what you're getting, is a good deal. I would say just buy both, right? Be about $60, $62 after tax, but then you could really take your time with these, and shouldn't be any rush with them, and you'll enjoy them. So, do I prefer the Hornitos Black Barrel? Yes, I always prefer the Hornitos Black Barrel against any other tequilas I have so far, because that charred oak, it's not smoky now. Claude Diamond would say, oh, I can't stand smoky products. Well, it's not a smoke, but it's a char, the charcoal, which is associated with smoke. Now, of course, we understand that. So it still might not suit him, but I think it's great. I like the smoky glass bottle, and I would always recommend that. Would I recommend Jose Cuervo Tradicional? I would, but I had some problems with it. When I first started doing taste challenges with this, I got it wrong twice in a row, and I was really just combobulated about it. Like, I couldn't believe it. And then as I was really started calming down after that and taking my time, and then I got it right the rest of the time. So, but I shouldn't have gotten it wrong at all, is the way I'm seeing it. In my thinking, getting it wrong once was a failure. But maybe I'm too hard on myself and too fanatical about it. But it just, you would think, it would be vastly different from these other common tequilas that I've got. But it really wasn't that different. So even though those are mixtos, so just a word of warning to you. You see 100% agave and you think, oh, it's going to be a whole new world. And yeah, not really all the time. It was in the silver. The silver. Maybe the silver tequilas can't mask things as well or something. And it was such a glaring mismatch with the plata, the silver tradicional, but the gold didn't really stand out. So I would recommend it with some caution. So a qualified recommendation. Hornitos, no holdback. That's all together great. Don't even think about it. Just buy it. It's awesome. I have never had Sauza, honestly, but I have two bottles. I have Sauza Silver and Sauza Gold with a little chicken on it. You know, it has like a chicken. That's their mixtos. It must be pretty good because it sells like crazy. And I can't see that people are buying it because they hate it. You know, that wouldn't make any kind of sense. So they may not be wowed by it, but they probably just buy it as their everyday or a couple of times a week serviceable tequila. I get that impression, but I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. It's got a unique bottle design and everything. Now we're going into but what is going to be the next tequila coming up? It's going to be a crystal tequila, a silver one. It's going to be called Hornitos Cristalino. Another Walmart deal. I told you this was $9 at Walmart, which was basically unbelievable. Was unbelievable and is unbelievable. But I bought the Cristalino at Walmart, and they had it for $10 even. And I thought that is bizarre, you know. And I told this lady I work with, I said, you know, they got this thing for $10 at Walmart. She's like, what? She said, I never had Hornitos, but she said, I know about it and I love tequila. And she said, for $10, I'm going to go check after work and maybe they'll still have some. She said, they probably won't, but who knows? She said, it might be 10 years before I crack it open. So she went by Walmart and sure enough, she went to Walmart. Sure enough, they had it and she bought the last bottle. She said there was one bottle left and it was $10. So the normal price right now, $27.98. Cristalino. Really not a bad price when you think about it, but to get it for 10 is madness. So that's going to be the next tequila coming up in about 6 months, I guess. And now we're moving on to mezcal. And I have one that's not too exciting, really. I tried it, sat in the backyard 2 days ago. I enjoyed it, but I didn't find it was remarkable or anything. Just kind of ordinary good. You know what I mean? High level enjoyment. But to say as a standout, it's something you really need to go find. I'm not seeing it. But that's why we do the taste challenges. I do the taste challenges to see really is it just ordinary or different, or does it stand out or not? Because you take the one product that you bought and you reviewed it, and then you go up against all the other mezcals that you have, and you see. Now, if you can't tell it apart, you do it 8 times and can't tell it apart. Well, I guess it's nothing to think about. If it does show discernment, you know, differentiation. I mean to say you would discern the differentiation, then it would be worth buying. So I paid about $28.99 for the Jicaru Silver. There's some other ones that they make, but I got the silver, the Joven. So that's going to be interesting. And then the first challenge, which is scheduled for tomorrow, but maybe it won't happen until next week. But that thing is going to be bad because the competition is so bad. You'll see which one is the cheapest tequila I bought. Cheapest mezcal I bought. And as cheap as it was overpriced. It's really that bad. And I never thought, I thought, well, maybe I'm being too harsh. And then it's like every time I drink it, it gets worse. It's got that worm in it. It's almost like the worm is decomposing in the product. It's really disgusting, you know. You might want to avoid watching that video, tell you the truth. Mm, 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 mm. What a classic that Hornitos is. That's a classic, boy. I want to tell you. This one is near a classic. You know, it's a really fine product. I think you could trip some people up. You know, you get these tequila snobs, and they would never dream of trying a Jose Cuervo product. I don't care what it is. It could be the $300 bottle, which they have, the family reserve, but they wouldn't try it because it says Jose Cuervo. You understand? Oh no, I would never lower myself to do that. Fine, fair enough. It's your money, you know, buy what you want. But then you could do a blind taste test with them and say, hey, want to try 2 gold tequilas? And they'd be like, yeah, yeah. You don't tell them what it is, like, but you know that he's always bragging on this obscure tequila that's $80, you know, a gold. He's always bragging on it. This is a great reposado. I met the distiller once and we talked, but he might have actually just sent an email, you know. But anyway, you do the blind taste test and he's like, man, these are both really good. I can't figure it out. I don't know which one is better. I'm really confounded. They're both great. Well, I bet they're expensive, you know, and then you show him the bottle. Oh, I knew something was wrong with it. Wait, well, you didn't say that. You didn't say something was wrong with it until you noticed it was Jose Cuervo. So you could get them like that, you know. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, does it have some flaws? Is fermentation noted? If you notice the fermentation on it, like the fermented vegetable product, does that indicate a flaw? Is that indicative of a flaw? I don't know if that really is, because it just could be the fact that it is actually fermented then distilled. Although you would think the distillation would take out that fermentation flavor, but you know, it really a lot of times do that. It doesn't remove it. So I like it. Camel Whisper, good morning, Jay. Good morning to you. Thank you for watching. So anyway, yeah, the clear and present winner is Hornitos. Can't get around that. I could talk about it all day, but can't get around it. It's the clear and present winner. So now it's onward and upward, as we might see that. If mezcal is really better than tequila, I have some doubts about that, but other people would say no, it's clearly better. But okay, but we're going to move on to mezcal. And by the way, mezcal, there are no mixto mezcals. There are those, but they're not called mezcals. They're called mezcal-based products. And they're usually less than 80 proof, so they're not really even liquors. They're just a product. They sell these things. I've seen them at Total Wine and Star, and they're like really cheap. And like, why is this so cheap? And then you examine the bottle label and you say, whoops, ain't buying that, you know. But mezcal by law has to be 100% agave. There can have no filler. It cannot have any filler. You know, you read your regulation, cannot have filler. So just off the bat, it is, I guess, technically better, you know, because no filler. But anyway, we're going to go on to the mezcal, and then it's on to rye whiskey. But that'll be a while from now. Won't be, you know, right coming up real soon. But it's coming. Yes, and I have the old Ezra Brooks 100% rye, not the current one. I have the old 90 proof. I don't have the current 99 proof. I just found it somewhere, and the bottle was all dirty. The label was peeling off. And I asked the guy, I said, what is the price for this thing? Oh, he gave me some price, and I was like, oh, don't worry about it. And then he said, I'll tell you what, how about $9? I think it was 9 or 10. I said, well, for that deal, okay, you got it. But I had to take glue, and I had to wash it off with hot water and soap first. Had to take glue and tape it back. I knew the bottle was old, but I wanted to check it out because I knew I'd never see it again. I know I'll never see it again. I know that. Matthew says, cheers from Saskatchewan. That's one of the Canadian provinces I've never been to. Cheers to you. I've been to Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Ontario, and Quebec, 5 of 10, but I haven't been to the other 5. But maybe one day I will. Okay, we all take care. Bye-bye. And they have really good coffee in Canada.